whatever the situations are going on behind the scenes and everything, we still have the primary position of authority as the sons of God, and let's exercise it. And I think we can see a whole global spiritual awakening to a whole different level of consciousness towards God and spiritual things in terms of sonship, if we really embrace this and we mobilize. You know, one of the things that God's been saying to me is mobilize. We've got to mobilize people to take their positions of authority and be seated in rest. Over the last 3 or 4 years, you have more and more instances of people who are operating globally and have global now connections and global groups. You know, for us, obviously the Engaging God program has people all over the world. You know, I was talking to Nancy Cohen last night, and they have obviously their Global Ascension Network, and all of that. This is all in preparation for this shift. And this shift is not something that's taken God by surprise. And actually, when I look back at my my journals, I very clearly saw that God said there was a shift coming in 2020. And I took that for me, and it was for me personally, but it was beyond that. And when I looked at what I wrote and what I put in the Vision Destiny Series 2018, was that there was going to be this shift in 2020, and there was going to be a shaking, severe shaking of things that could be shaken. And that's what we're in. And then God showed me all the things he's done with me over the last 2.5 to 3 years in preparation for this time. You know, and, you know, 3 years ago, I would not have envisaged sitting or Zooming with, you know, 6 other people who have now got global influence and global connections relationally, to be able to mobilize people, release people, to actually start putting a whole shield around this whole planet and beginning to rule and legislate for the purposes of God, the kingdom of God to fill the earth, and the government to increase and peace to come. So I can see the deconstruction that I've gone through and the changes I've gone through in preparation for this time. And, you know, last night we Zoomed with 7 of us, really looking at what is the strategy that God is giving out of heaven to deal with this globally. And we engaged heaven and had all sorts of stuff that God says, mandates that he's given us. And we're going to release that. You know, and it's going to mobilize people around the world to really see that they're called for a time such as this. And unity is the key in all of this. You know, we need to be one heart and one mind, one purpose, God's purpose in this, not making a name for ourselves. I think that's the key. We're not in this to make a name for ourselves. We're not here to do a Tower of Babel, you know. We're actually here to do the opposite. We're here to spread all over the earth and to take that message of good news around the earth and to begin to mobilize the sons of God to arise and shine and to release a frequency of love. And I believe that is what we're going to see. And we've got to be very careful that we're not in this for ourselves to take advantage of this for empire building or for personal advantage, but we're looking for God's kingdom to be extended in this and for God's government to be established. You know, and I'm really excited about that. I mean, I think there's such great opportunities.